All right. Hello. All right. So now the stream is working fine. So I'm going to hop on the route that we are doing for this stream. And today we are going to be working on a little railway yard right off the main line. I'm thinking somewhere over by where the trees start up again. So somewhere near right here or so is just about where we're going to start it. So first I would like to start off where we ended last time, which is with this test train right here. So I'm going to hop into the driver, and what on earth just opened? Okay, so I'm going to open the driver, and we are going to just take a look at the route so far and see how it is working. So I know the interior of this doesn't look the best, but whatever. Also has a not too good heart. So I'm going to... I forgot to change this. Okay. Set that. Okay. So today I'm going to be doing some work on the yard, as I said previously. And as well as that, I'm going to do some work on adding signage for speed limiting. So both are pretty important. So as you can see right now, it says that we are speeding. However, that is just because I have not set up anything that decides what the speed limit is. So right there we had a little bit of a bump, as well as that I can see right there in the cab that the fence is clipping in to the train. So we'll have to move the fence a bit over. Also a few slight bumps, but honestly it's not that bad. Let's see if we can stop before we go over the edge. Yeah, we're stopping. Okay. So I am going to fix up the fence, and then we will begin work on the yard. So the fence area that was messed up is just about here. So I can just insert a spline point and move that a bit over to the right. And the same, I think I can just straighten that and it should get out of the way of the track. Yes. So I don't think that will clip in. Just to see, I'm going to put down an F40. Yep, we have plenty of room. Okay. So, now that we have that done, it's about time we started some work on the yard. So this is going to be a Santa Fe mainline, so I'm going to get rid of the test train. Or I'm going to just move the test train over somewhere, because, actually no. Let's just get rid of the test train. So, because this is Santa Fe mainline, it'll be all Santa Fe stuff, as well as maybe some earlier Amtrak. Maybe. Probably not. So, I'm real quick going to do a little bit of research just to see what would have run in the area. I'm going to say this is, like, about California, Washington in the 1950s. So, let's see. Alright. So, it'll be a lot of Union Pacific and Santa Fe stuff. I feel like I'm going to mainly be doing, like, Union Pacific steam locomotives, because, you know, there were a lot of very good Union Pacific steam locomotives. There were also streamliners then. So, there's the Southern Pacific, Southern Pacific is Union Pacific. So let's just say the two of them, Santa Fe, maybe I could do, like, something else. Maybe I could just add in one more. I'm just looking for anything. That would have run. Yeah, I feel like the Union Pacific will be a pretty major one as well. However, I do not have any Union Pacific that is in the 50s except for Big Boy, which will still be an interesting thing to run, given that it's a big boy, but it's still just not exactly that good. So I will have to do some looking around in the store and maybe find something else that would fit for the time period. So we have the Santa Fe and the Union Pacific. Right now, that is what I'm going to leave it at. So because a majority of the Santa Fe and Union Pacific, it was a lot of freight stuff. So I'm going to mainly do freight. So this is going to be a freight yard. So I'm going to set up that over here or so. So I'm going to add another baseboard for this addition. So I'm thinking we'll have the main line continuing forward, and then we can have the yard branch off. So there are a few things that will be very vital for this when it comes to the tracking. First, I would like to get off the embankment a bit more gradually. So I'm going to set it for grade. I'm not sure if I remember how to do this, but... Okay, that made a nice grade, I think, but it didn't. I have absolutely no clue how to do this. I think that worked. Well, that's just flattening it. Okay. That's not a grade. So something is not working right. So this embankment is becoming a bit of an issue because I can't get the grade to work right. Sure, that's good enough. I'll take that. So I'm going to now get the track and put it here. So yeah, there's clearly some issues, but I can just real quick change that. So that looks a bit better. Just to see, I'm going to put something just to see. Yeah, that isn't too bad of a grade. I mean, it's pretty steep, but it's not unrealistic. So, with that being said, I'm going to now get the other track. That is not the other track. And now there's a switch point that I don't want. Now there isn't. So that is not correct. Just going to clean that up a bit. Okay. So now the two tracks are down just about. I'm going to just set it up so that it's actually on level ground, which should be right there. So that right there, there's a big issue. So I can just flatten that all out. So now it looks a bit better. So now that I have that in, I'm going to set up one more thing before we do the yard. So I want to set up a place where trains can cross the tracks depending on where they need to be before getting into the yard. I'm just going to make that a bit more gradual so that we don't have derailments. I did not tell that to do that, so I'm just going to fix that. I have no clue why it keeps putting junctions where they shouldn't be. Alright, so now for the yard, I'm going to have the track branch off and then enter the yard. Once again, it added a junction, or not a junction, but it combined the tracks where they should not be. So this is probably going to need another baseboard. I'm just realizing that now. I didn't think I'd be using up a whole baseboard just for the grade and the crossing thing, so I'm just going to add one more. Alright, that is done. So now that there is more track on the main line, I think it'd be about time to extend the yard a bit more. I'm not trying to have it be too big, but at the same time, it would be nice to actually be able to assemble some pretty good trains on it. That was way too far. Okay. Hello 3Cat, and welcome on to the stream once again. And yeah, CSX should get their stuff together, honestly. So can you prove that you're actually on right now? Because I don't know if you're on. Because last time I kept trying to say something to you and you never said anything. Even though you were the only other person on, so. You actually there? I'll take that as a no. Never mind. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. 3Cat's just generally a bit of a cooler name, but I guess so. But either way, whatever. So I could use your help if you could. Given that I have the full Superliner set, what should I like? What consist should I make? Because I want to have an Amtrak consist, which I guess would be out of place, but it'd be still interesting to have. So like, name a consist that will be the test train for this. This is not Xbox. And yes, the thing is, I'm out of ideas, to be honest, you know? And you are much more into Amtrak than I am, personally. So. As in the Superliner baggage, or the, Heritage? Because I could just do, like, a Santa Fe baggage, which would be kind of Heritage. I'm assuming you mean the Superliner package, so I'll just do that. Okay. Got you. So I'll throw on a Santa Fe baggage car. Yep, I got the heritage baggage on as well as the sleeper. And I'll just put... Yeah, this is plenty realistic. You know, you got an E8 with superliners and a Santa Fe car. Beautifully realistic. Anyway, continue with your consist. Ooh. I'm assuming by baggage you once... Okay. So 2 more... Okay. 2 more of those. A lounge. Diner car. And then 2 coaches. Okay. And there it is. So that is going to be the new test consist. So I'm just going to set up a lineup real quick of all the different Amtrak locomotives. But if you want to do foreign power, please do say. I have a bunch of Santa Fe stuff. That would make sense, I guess. As this is, I'm not sure if you were here for it, but this is going to be like California, Washington in the 1950s or so. So I guess it would be a bit odd to have Amtrak, but this is just going to be the test consist. Yep, that is all the Amtrak stuff I have right now. And I also know you like Conrail, so I have some Conrail stuff if you'd be interested in doing foreign power for that. But right now, this is what we have. So just say whichever locomotive you want to do. What do you mean in zone? They're right in the screen. Like, what do you mean by in zone? That's... You're confusing me right now. What do you mean by that? Oh. If you're playing baseball, then why are you on the stream? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, playing the game or something? I'm not a baseball person. Oh, okay. That is sure interesting. Anyway, so which locomotive do you want to do for this contest? As I said, I have E8, F40, P42, and a how did I yeah, the F59 PHI. Okay. And what should the number on the F40P or the F40 be? Because I can set it to whatever. The P40s are only 101. Or the P42s. So, there can only be one P42, otherwise it becomes unrealistic, and I don't want that. And then there's the one F40 we can do. So what I'm saying is, what should the F40 be? Numbered as. Alright. I'm just going to search for Amtrak F40, and the first one that comes up is going to be what it's numbered as. So this is going to be 315. Now, hopefully, it'll act. Nope, it doesn't work. Great. Because with most locomotives, I can just type it in and it will put it on. Like, if I were to pull out, let's just say, sure, something here, I can just go into this and change it, and it displays it, but I guess not with F40s. That's annoying. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to put this in the back of the yard. And also flip it around. I'm going to do that. Okay. And lastly, that curve is way not good enough. So I'm going to just fix that by making the track just a bit more of a gradual curve. Alright, the yard is almost set up. Oops, that's deleting them and not putting them down. Alright, I think it's about time that I set up for actually running something. Move this out of the way. Okay. Yeah, that looks like I'll be fine. So with that being said, I'll drive this. Alright. Now that we're in the driver, I'm gonna head over here. Keep saying that it's bad quality, but like, look at that camera. That looks pretty good. I guess that is a bit too Now that I've set up a shot, it kind of looks like the stupid fence that blocks your shot always. I would love to live in a house like right here, and your view would just be I should probably slow down. Given that, yeah, I'm about to ram into the Santa Fe crosses. I don't know why it's the signal set on yellow. Back this. No, this is not. Okay. now that that is set up with the yard, I think it's about time that I start filling it in. So now we're back at the yard. So I'm just going to switch to the Trainz. So I'm not sure what this is going to be, like, where all the traffic is coming from. But I really like one of the tank cars. So let's just say that there's a nearby oil refinery, because those look so good. Like, they're blue. It's so much better than the usual ones. Especially given that, before this, I had to use a really goofy, one. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, these. They look like they're from the 1910s. There's no way that those actually existed. They just look so goofy. I would not trust that with staying together when, like, going off the tracks or something. Just realized I need to put rail ends on that. And I think I could probably fit one more. Yes, okay. So that's the first one. So now I'm just going to keep filling it up with just more of these. You keep saying that this is like some stupid mobile game from 2007, but all things considered, they're really doing some work to make it a bit better. Like, they're adding new and higher quality things. Like, for example, these cars, which I personally think don't look too bad, are like brand new to the game. I think they were just added with some blue bonnet stuff, which is where the blue bonnet, I think it's a dash, yeah, it's a dash 8, so that's where this blue bonnet dash 8's from, same pack as these, and they're, like, brand new, so. The other cool thing about this game that isn't in a more modern game, such as, like, Train Simulator and Train Sim Worlds, all that, is, like, you can actually make the world and stuff, but you also can, like, code AI trains, so I can have the test consist here set up to go couple up with something else. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a thing set up that maybe will construct a consist using these oil consists, and then once that's done, a better locomotive will come pick it up and actually take it down the main line. I forgot I had one of these. Alright. I'm thinking I'm going to have one more track in the yard. I'm not sure if I can squeeze it in there. Okay. Oh my god, I did not tell it to do that. I don't know why it just really wants to make a switch. But whatever. Now I'm just going to make a really long track that's longer than the yard ones for actually assembling consists, because the ones in the yard are much smaller than what will actually be assembled. So, like, trains coming in would stop here, and then the cars would be disassembled, or trains that are coming out would get... Okay.
You gotta go, that's fine. Have a good game, I guess. Alright, so right now, I'm thinking I'm going to maybe set up. Let me see, is that number actually show up? No. This one already has a yes, okay. So I'm thinking that might be like a good load, but I feel like having an F40-2 on hand would be nice. Just to be able to do quick switching operations. So I feel like that's definitely going to be where it is. So now I want to work on the actual detail of this. So what I'm going to do is set up for ballast. The capital ballast is always going to be a lowercase. Kind of funny, but... Alright, now that the ballast is in, I'm thinking I'm going to extend the trees now so that they'll go kind of like around the yard in a way. So like that. And then this one will be like there. So there'll be like a bit of a clearing, and that's what the yard is at. And then over here, the trees will once again get closer. And then from there, once again on this side. Okay. As well as that, I feel like that is just about where the residential area is going to end. So in order to not be able to see past the trees and see, nothingness, I'm going to throw in the multiple layers of trees just to make it seem like there's just trees as far as you can see. Ooh. Alright. These may be a bit too close. So I feel like now would be a good time to run the test consist. So I'm just going to fix this switch point, which looks absolutely terrible. Don't mind my dog in the background. He must have heard something. He is very much crazy. So I'm going to continue this and that. Okay. So now it should be just about set for the test consist to come through. Now just in order to see, I'm going to set up this. Forgot the big piece still down there. Okay. So
So once this is done, I'll just get rid of the unpainted stuff. I just realized I likely did not set the switch. Okay, there we go. So now that the switches are set, I'm gonna bring it. That seems like it's good. So now I'm just going to finish painting, put in the grass, and all that. And then I'm actually going to try to run a freight service with switching and everything done using the AI tool. Oops, okay. Whatever. Honestly, I'll just redo the ballast on this later. And I'm just trying to get the grass down. I'm going to set the radius way down because I'm not trying to make everything covered in ballast. I'm just going to put that down for the yard. Now that the ballast is done, I'm going to sprinkle in the grayer one for texturing and stuff. Alright, that should be good. So now this area is just about done. So as well as this test consist, I'm also going to set up one that's just a bit quicker, because right now it does take a decent bit of time to accelerate. So I'm just going to try to find something that should be a bit quicker. I'm just going to do a double heading F40 because they are pretty quick when not connected up to a consist. Yep, that should be good. Alright. And lastly, I'm going to put just like one car on the back. I think I'm going to do the CNJ Blue Comet observation car, just because that is a pretty fancy car. That should go on the rear of something. Yeah, that looks good. Quite the interior, too. Okay. Alright, now that is all done, I'm going to go over here. Okay. So now because of the thing where it doesn't assign a driver, I need to exit the session. And while I'm out of the session, I'm going to take a look at the new content just to see if there's anything interesting. So we're looking for Union Pacific stuff. So there's a GP35 and an SD78, which are both not correct for the time. So I'll also try just not so. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much good. So then I'll also try Santa Fe. Alright, that's something. There's a 210-2, an EMD CF7, whatever that is meant to be. I don't think there ever was a CF7. Maybe. Well, dang, there was. Very goofy. Dang. I've never heard of that. I don't like it. It look very common. There's a dash line. Why is a lot of these CF7s? I do like that Steve. I don't know why that's coming up every so often. Why is it all CF7? Okay. Well, that has been seen. It doesn't seem like there's exactly what I'm looking for. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the stream route, and I'm thinking once we run this test, I'm probably going to hop off the stream, because I have other things that I need to do. I'm just going to set up switches. yeah, the incline has a few bumps, but it doesn't look like anything too bad. So I'm feeling like just around here or so, I'm going to do like a railroad crossing. And now let's see how cool it is. Say that was a big success. We now have the yard done, as well as a bit more mainline. That is really nice. So with that, I'm going to hop off. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you actually watched the entire stream, which I can tell you did not, because I'm actively looking at the people watching, so right now there's no one watching, but either way, if you're for whatever reason watching this video after the stream, thank you very much. You should honestly just come onto the stream. It's nice. And as always, have a delicious rest of your day.